What it do, Durag Nation? We are hours away from the global launch of Marvel Rivals, and after the devs hosted a big Q&A last night in the Discord, plus so many players about to hop into Rivals for the first time, I thought it would be helpful to go over the most important things revealed. Shout out to Miller Ross for recapping that entire Q&A. I also break down the monetization for Rivals the devs dropped in the blog, and give you a general overview of the game so you know what to expect when hopping in. First, hit the like button if you appreciate these Marvel Rivals breakdowns so YouTube will share the information with other players, or leave a dislike if it wasn't helpful at all. Marvel Rivals is a free 6v6 PvP hero shooter and will be available to play starting December 6th at midnight UTC, which will be December 5th depending on your time zone. Marvel Rivals tweeted out a helpful global launch time list that most people can't read, but fortunately ChatGPT will translate it for you if you ask it to, like this. I'll personally be playing it tonight at 7 p.m. Pre-downloading is available, but extremely limited for some reason. PC players could do it starting on December 4th. You can apparently preload it from the Xbox store on mobile, but PlayStation players will have to wait until launch to download the game and play, whereas everyone who preloaded will be able to play the game immediately when the servers go live without downloading. The game will support the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC, and will also work on the Steam Deck. However, they did mention in the Q&A that there is a small bug on the Steam Deck build that causes some black screens during cutscenes, but it does not affect gameplay, and they're working with Valve to fix it. There are no current plans to release Rivals on older platforms like the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch, but if you have the new PS5 Pro, you will have access to new performance modes of 4K 60 FPS and 120 FPS with enhanced visuals. Rivals runs on Unreal Engine 5 and will have similar performance targets on all platforms it's on, though the Xbox Series S will probably have the worst performance and visuals out of all of them based on Digital Foundry's preview of the game. Rivals will support crossplay between all platforms, but if you're looking to have a PS5 versus PC battle, you will mostly be able to arrange for that. Console and PC players can battle against each other in quick match, but not in ranked. Also, if you play ranked mode, the devs revealed your rank will drop by 2 tiers every season. The game will also not support cross progression at launch, but the devs are aware it's something players want and are working to implement it into the game, though they noted that it's a very complicated thing to pull off. So I wouldn't expect this feature anytime soon. For now, choose wisely which platform you want to have most of your progress on. It's unclear how big Rivals will be as a competitive shooter, but the devs do hope the game grows enough to get a thriving esports scene. But that won't happen unless they sell skins, which I don't anticipate being too big of an issue based on what we've seen so far. First, all PlayStation 5 players will get access to this exclusive Scarlet Spider-Man skin, and we can claim this non-exclusive Venom Penny Parker skin for free if you are a PlayStation Plus member. There are currently no exclusive cosmetics for other platforms, but all players will be gifted this Iron Man Armor Model 42 costume by Marvel Rivals. They will send out codes on social media at launch for you to redeem the skin in-game. If you want even more free stuff, Twitch drops are returning, though instead of fighting to get a code to play the game like during the beta, you'll be able to earn free cosmetics by just watching people like me stream Rivals. All you have to do is have Twitch pulled up with a stream happening in the Marvel Rivals category, and you will earn these Will of Galactic cosmetics based on how much time you spent watching. You don't have to do it all in one sitting, you just need to accumulate the watch time in total. Now for the paid stuff. Marvel Rivals is a completely free-to-play game, and all heroes will be instantly available for free as well. The only thing monetized in the game are skins and the Battle Pass, which had players worried. That is until NetEase revealed the game's monetization in a blog. You purchase things in the game with 2 main currencies. Lattice is the premium currency that can be earned on the Battle Pass, but you mostly acquire it by spending real-world money. It costs 1 Freedom Dollar for 100 Lattice, and you get 11,680 Lattice for every 100 you spend. Units are the currency you get from playing the game and doing achievements, the Battle Pass, and events. Amazingly, you can exchange those units for Lattice at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning stacking 500 units is the equivalent of spending $5 on Lattice. This will allow players who may not have a lot of money to spend on video games to still be able to buy premium skins like this MCU Wolverine one entirely for free without spending any actual money, just by playing the game. Skins will be sold individually and in bundles, with bundles offering the best value for your money. A basic bundle comes with 5 items, including these amazing MVP animations that trigger when you carry your team to victory, so I would definitely favor picking those up. The other thing you can spend money on is the Battle Pass, and thankfully, this one is also based. Following the trend we saw from live service games like Marvel's Avengers, Halo Infinite, and Rocksteady's failed looter shooter, Marvel Rivals is adopting the player-friendly Battle Pass that never expires instead of the Fortnite model, so you will be able to finish it whenever you feel like it. No FOMO at all. The Season 0 Battle Pass will only be $5 and will include amazing free cosmetics like this one for Mantis. The normal price of the Battle Pass will be $10 starting in Season 1 next month. This Season 0 Pass was reduced in price because of the shorter than normal turnaround time between seasons, and the size of the pass will reflect that as well, offering fewer items than the normal one. Still, a really great value for a Battle Pass, especially in a free-to-play game. Speaking of seasons, according to last night's Q&A, we're getting a new one every 13 weeks, so 3 months and 1 week. Each season will bring in multiple new heroes, not just one, along with new maps and modes. There are currently 9 confirmed maps, and I can't wait to see more. There are 33 characters right now, and one of the potential new ones dropping into the game in the coming months is apparently Sue Storm of the Fantastic Four, based on a tease the devs dropped in the Q&A when somebody asked about her. She might even be revealed today. During the Q&A last night, they closed by mentioning a big reveal they were planning on dropping 1 hour before the launch of the game at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I would not be surprised at all to see the entire Fantastic Four in Marvel Rivals by the end of 2025. Also available at launch will be the game's soundtrack, which you can find on all the usual music platforms. Now, there will be enough new heroes and skins to keep us busy for quite some time, but for those hoping for a PvE experience, you will probably be waiting a while. Marvel Rivals will launch as a purely PvP game. There is a story, and there will be tons of lore for you to read and experience, but the game will not have a traditional story campaign or any special PvE modes. But maybe it's something they could add in the future. For now, the focus appears to be on getting the PvP side of the game right. Speaking of, one of the issues players mentioned during the beta was the imbalance of roles. In Marvel Rivals, the ideal team lineup consists of 2 vanguards, 2 strategists, and 2 duelists, with strategists being by far the most important because you can't win without healing. But if you did matchmaking without a squad, you probably ran into the issue of everyone picking a duelist, leading players to suggest role queue as a potential solution like in Overwatch. That's not happening in Rivals though. According to the devs last night, role queue goes against the game's core philosophy and they want players to pick whoever they want. But they dismissed the problem because the idea to give every character a team up ability has apparently helped keep lineups balanced. According to their data, in both ranked and quick match, unbalanced lineups only happen less than 3% of the time. So they will double down on this design choice, making sure every new hero releases with a cool team up. However, they did commit to releasing more vanguards and strategists in the future to help address the current imbalance on the roster. The devs encourage you to keep sending in your feedback as they carefully review it all to decide on things like new heroes, features, and balancing. I've loved what I've seen so far and can't wait to play Marvel Rivals again. I plan on picking Wolverine immediately, and if you are too, you're probably going to want to know what he does. Well, I broke all that down for you. Click the video on screen to learn more.